Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Stump with Stumps Pick and Pint. Welcome to Chopping Up with Stump.
Hi, it's Mike King. I'm here chopping it up at Stumps with Jimmy Stump. And our guest today on the show is Robey Martin of Enid, Virginia and CBS 6. Robey, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Sure, I'm excited. Thank you guys for being here. Is it the first episode? Did I hear that?
This is the first episode.
This is it.
Our first guest.
Nice.
We'd like to thank you for coming. So, Jimmy, tell us a little bit about the restaurant, what you guys have on the menu.
He's getting ready to tell you that I eat all the things, like everything, and so he wants you to tell he wants you to tell me about your barbecue.
Well, Stumps Pick and Pint, my wife and I own the place. We put our heart and soul into everything we do. In fact, our mantra is cooking with the heart to feed your soul. Everything that we make from scratch, and we take pride in bringing it to you. We specialize in pulled pork, St. Louis style ribs. We have Texas style brisket. And we have the absolute best wings in Richmond and award-winning mac and cheese. These are recipes that I've been working on for years and have put my heart and soul into it and bring to everybody every single day. My wife, she makes all the desserts homemade. I mean, when I say we put our heart and soul into it, you know, we do. We wake up every morning and go, what can we do better to make sure this place is awesome, and what can we do to help this community? We are very proud to be here in historic Jackson Ward.
So I hear you have a connection when you started barbecue, like Mississippi, the Shed, Brad Orson. Is that the case?
Yeah, actually, I went to high school in Biloxi, Mississippi. I met Brad probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Never thought I'd be in the barbecue business. I've been cooking for my whole life.
So you went to visit Brad Orson in Mississippi.
Yeah, I went down and saw Brad, spoke to his pit master. Now, we didn't share recipes. We just shared the love for cooking, taking care of people, and, holding meats. Because, one thing when you spend 12 to 14 hours cooking it and dry rubbing it and putting it on that smoker, you got to make sure that you hold it so when that customer gets it, it is tender and juicy, just as if it just came off the smoker.
Define hold for me. I don't know as I understand what that terminology means in pork.
Well, for example, we put our butts on, we smoke them 12 to 14 hours, we pull them off, let them set for a good 10, 15 minutes, and then we pull them, and then right then and there, it's on the steam table, it's for lunch.
Sure.
And then we also keep things in reserve and pull it a little bit later for our dinner service as well. And that goes to our ribs. We smoke our ribs for 4 to 5 hours, and then we have a little technique that we do, and then we
I like your little wobble when you say secret technique. I don't really know what that means, but now I'm excited.
Well, it's something that Brad kind of helped me with, and something that my chef and I, Mike, we kind of worked out the best way to hold the ribs. So when you get them, you think you just got them off the smoker.
So holding them keeps them warm and makes you think that they just came from that 15, 20-hour process that you had.
Right.
And you do pit smoking, true pit smoking?
Oh yes, we have an old hickory. It's when it comes to smokers, it's the Cadillac. I mean, it's and one thing that I've learned through my years is I don't like to use hickory. I only like to use white oak because it's not as smoky. You still get a nice smoky flavor without being over smoked.
Not as overpowering.
Right.
No gas assist, straight pit master.
No. It's we have a gas assist,
okay,
which helps for like this time of year. I don't have to have someone babysit it all night long. We check it 3 to 4 times a night. We put it on before we leave at night. We have our pit master lives across the street, and he comes over and checks it. Carl, he's fantastic. He makes sure everything's burning properly.
Your pit master is across the street from your restaurant?
Yes, and you're gonna laugh at this,
but the best thing ever. It's like the most logical way to smoke meat is to have them live nearby.
I mean, he lives directly across the street, and like last night we had a problem with the alarm. Carl, he's like, "Yes, Jimmy, I'll come on over and take care of it for you."
That's great. Now, where did you meet Carl?
Actually, Carl just stopped by.
I don't mean to laugh, but you lucked into a great pitmaster.
I have to. I feel very fortunate. I've had a lot of positive things happen, in my life, and this place is one of them. And the people that we have here aren't just employees; they are a part of our family.
So everybody keeps telling me how tied into the neighborhood you are, and how much that means to you. Tell me what you guys do here, what that process looks like from being a part of the neighborhood. What made you decide this specific location, which is the previous Croaker spot, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, when we walked in, we fell in love with the place because it is like no other place in Richmond. I mean, this is 3 buildings that are over 100 years old that were put together. We have an interior courtyard. We have a bar inside the restaurant and outside in our courtyard. And the way we work with the community, we are one of the premier sponsors for Virginia Union. We just fed the volleyball team last night. Last week it was the basketball team. We fed the football teams, and now the leader of the cheerleaders. They want to bring them in here and work on.
You're responsible for all Virginia Union's wins.
I like to say it didn't hurt.
The barbecue from Stumps is responsible for all Virginia Union wins. We're putting that out there right now, right?
I'll take it.
I think that's great. So I smell food. Oh, okay, you really is very service oriented here because I just said the food and it showed up. Oh my gosh, what are these?
Well, Robey, you got to try this. This is something I came up with. This is rocket ribs. So what we do is we take our ribs, we cut the meat off. It's about 40% rib meat and about 60% of our smoked cheddar pimento cheese. We make a ball of it. We put the rib bone back in it, and then we put a wonton wrapper around it.
It is like the best rib finger food. Look at that. Can I hold it up a little bit so you guys can see what we're looking at? So in there is meat, and then on top is a rib.
Oh, no, what it is rib meat mixed in with smoked cheddar pimento cheese.
Which is but like in this little thing.
Yes.
It's a handheld wonton. Like, isn't that beautiful?
I think it's called barbecue goodness.
You'd know. But can I break into one?
Oh, please do. Help yourself, please.
So let's see here. Oh gosh, look at that. So do you make your own pimento cheese here?
Let me tell you what we don't make, the water. We make everything.
The only thing you don't make is the water. You know what? Nobody looks great shoving food into your face, but I'm going to eat this. You want to tell me a little bit about this while I put this in my mouth?
Well, sure. So what we have here is my wife's recipe for baked beans, which is, I don't even know how to describe it.
Oh, this is delicious. I'm
Okay. I saw that. That's why I was even wanting to say something. So then this is our Texas-style brisket. This is our pulled pork. These are our ribs, and this is our pulled chicken. Now our pulled chicken I think it is the best in Richmond because we take skin-on breasts. Thighs. We put our
juicy part of the
oh
chicken.
yeah,
sure.
and we put our dry rub we call butt rub. So we butt rub our thighs, and then we smoke them for about 4 hours.
We butt rub our thighs. I feel like that should be on a shirt.
There we go. That's our next shirt.
I think that's a great little. We butt rub our chicken thighs. Best in Richmond. Excellent. Well, I have a fork. Now, do you eat too much of this to
I eat barbecue every day.
God, look at that. That's got a nice little push-pull to it. Very pretty. I think your pit man is doing a good job over there. I just met him, by the way. He's a lovely person.
I don't want to talk too good. He might want to raise.
I gotta tell you, if you're living across the street and checking on meat all night, I'd give you a raise. Oh, that's great.
Oh, he's worth it.
He's definitely worth it. That's fantastic. Gosh, so why all the meats? And if you had to choose one meat that you would order out of your restaurant all the time, which would be the one you would tell someone to get if they came?
You know, I think our brisket is the best in Richmond as well. I mean, we put a lot of love into everything we do, so that's really hard. I mean, I would say it just depends on what my mood strikes.
Yep. Whatever you're feeling that day.
You know, I eat pulled pork at least once a week. I eat our pulled chicken probably a couple of times a week. Our ribs, I take a rack home at least once a week, share with my friends and neighbors. And the brisket, actually we have a sandwich I came up with. It's called Brisket Blue. It's brisket with our smoked garlic aioli, blue cheese, and sliced apples. Oh my God! It's like you get the crunch and the sweetness from the apples, and you get a little bit, the pungent, from the sauce, and the blue cheese. It's just an awesome combination.
So I heard a rumor that all Gordon Ramsay's employees were over here eating while they were filming across the street.
Oh yes, we had their crew, and we also had from the restaurant across the street. We had the whole crew over here eating as well. He did eat our food. I just didn't see him eat it, so I can't say he ate it.
So, but what was the prevailing favorite of the Ramsay crew while they were here?
The wings were a hit.
Wings are always a hit. I love that. Eat It Virginia is a Virginia-based podcast in which we talk all about food all over the state. You can find us at eatitvirginia.com, Eat It Virginia on Instagram, or you can send me a message at eatitvirginia@gmail.com. We're all over the place, primarily, however, on a different station, but don't tell anyone. I think you should be on Eat It Virginia.
Let's do it. You tell me when, I'll be there.
Perfect. I'm all about that. I love a good guest. And I would like you to bring your pit master, because I think talking about living across the street from a restaurant is a really, really interesting way to tend a pit.
I will say, for him starting with having no knowledge of how to cook meats or anything, Carl, what I'm calling him today, or Cliff, or Brother Man, does an awesome job because he actually cares about the restaurant and what he does, which is very important.
And we gotta thank Mike King for letting us be here today, so thanks so much, we appreciate it.
Mike!
Yeah.
Hey,
it's Mike. I'd just like to thank Robey for coming through. So follow her and support her. Robey Martin, Eat It Virginia, CBS 6. Thanks for coming in. Jimmy Stump, it's always a pleasure. And
always.
With that, make sure you tune in. So Chopping It Up at Stumps on CW Richmond. I'm telling
Which is me, which is awesome.
Exactly. All right, so Chopping It Up at Stumps on CW Richmond, 5 a.m. on Thursdays. With that, I'd like to thank Jimmy, Robey. We're done.
And who are you?
Oh, I'm Mike King. My company is Mike King Biz. I'd like to give a shout out to God Mama Ware for the outstanding embroidery. With that, we'll catch you next time.
Hello, I'm Jimmy with Stumps Pig and Pint, located in Stork Jackson Ward. We specialize in slow cooked meats, handmade sides, and awesome homemade desserts. Cooking from the heart to feed your soul.
After the death of a parent or sibling, children are often left to grieve alone. Comfort Zone Camp believes that children and teens deserve a safe and fun place to heal, grow, and learn coping skills that will help manage their grief today and in the long term. With the support of volunteers and donors, Comfort Zone has offered camps and day programs for 15,000 bereaved children since 1998. Make a difference in your community by becoming a Comfort Zone volunteer or donor today.
The Cameron K. Gallagher Foundation is dedicated to erasing stigmas around mental health, especially in teens. They bring free programs to schools with professional speakers and follow-up workshops that help increase awareness, reduce stress, and promote positive coping behaviors. Teens and adults can also practice mindfulness and yoga with certified instructors. To learn more, visit ckgfoundation.org.
CW Richmond would like to thank Ms. Gurley's Restaurant for sponsoring this CKG media campaign.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Chopping Up with Stumps Pig and Pint. We have an awesome guest. Awesome, Jamil JC, the almost world famous from Highland Springs.
How you doing? My name is Jamil JC. I'm a poet, a host, and also a DJ. But today we're gonna talk to two lovely ladies. And first up, this is G by A Little Touch by G. She is an incredible artist. G, tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, I am a visual artist. I also do makeup. I'm a crafter. You can get in touch with me on Instagram and Facebook at ALIL Little Touch by G.
Well, thank you. And definitely, you need this in your life. A Little Touch by G. And now, like we said, we had another fantastic artist who is a poet, spoken word artist, phenomenal. Please give it up for Karima Williams.
The saying goes, youth is wasted on the young. And if by chance your skin is sun-kissed with melanin, chances are your fate is to be wasted by a pale-skinned policeman handgun. Death comes free. The harsh reality is we are plagued by a morally bankrupt legal system where murder is legalized depending on the occupation or the color of your skin. Death comes free. Nothing is new under the sun. Injustice has reigned as king of the land from beginning of time. They gave us our so-called freedom in 1863. But we were just free to die by any means. Self-destruction, void of all emotions. We at war with ourselves. Ring the alarm. They want us dead by any means. Death comes free. They will have us believe we are mentally disabled, psychologically unstable. They try to hide knowledge, just giving us straps like we're dogs under the table. They tried to switch it on us, like we were the ones who didn't know how to properly wash ourselves or use eating utensils. They forgot our ancestors were real life kings and queens and not just some program on cable. And they still want us dead by any means. Death come free. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, bad association spoils useful habits. Our people has fallen victim. We are habitual offenders of useless habits. Alcohol, drug abuse, we play right into their hands. Our thoughts are corroded. The puppet master has pulled our strings. They want us dead by any means. Death comes free. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. We lay down as if we have idle time to spare, as if 39% of our black males aren't incarcerated. We act as if we don't even care. Death comes free. They dig mass graves for us. Broad and spacious is the road to death. Well, they done built highways and byways, turnpikes and bike routes, roundabouts, all to keep us on death row route. Death comes free. I refuse to be a victim. I refuse to let them win. I am my brother and my sister keeper. I am a black queen. Death for me isn't free. It will cost more than they're willing to spend. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jimmy. Welcome back to Choppin' Up with Stump. We have Christine, a local artist. Stop by to say hi and talk about her work.
Hi, I'm Christine. I have a art business called Christine's Art. I paint with acrylics and primarily pastels. I like a lot of gold. I have gold leaf in this one back here. It's called Starry Eyed. It's based on one of my favorite paintings, Venus by Botticelli.
All right, I don't know if everybody can see that, but look at that. I mean, that is just fantastic. Great colors. So what inspired you to become an artist?
I've just always knew that's the only thing I ever wanted to do. When I was little, I just wanted to color on all of my homework at school, and that was always my favorite class that I looked forward to in school. And then as soon as I graduated, I went to go get my art degree, even though everybody tells you not to do that, but I did. And as soon as I graduated, I started doing it full time.
And so where'd you go to college?
I went to John Tyler.
Awesome.
Yep.
So right here in Richmond.
Yep.
And she also has a show coming up that's going to be at the Hippodrome.
Mm-hmm. It's called Raw, and it's about 50 local Richmond artists, and we were all hand-selected. We all had to apply, and the Hippodrome, it'll be at the Hippodrome tomorrow at 7 p.m. It wraps up at 11. There's going to be painters like myself, also a fashion show, 4 bands, a hula hooper. There's going to be like pottery and jewelry, and yeah, it's everything. It's going to be really cool.
Well, it sounds great. It looks like it has something for everybody, you know.
Yes, definitely.
Painting, you know, artwork, music,
Mm-hmm.
you know, obviously some libations. But what's right next door?
Stumps Pig and Pint is right next door. I just tried all of the food and it was outstanding, so definitely eat dinner here. before going to the show. It's www.christines.art, and you can just go in there and under Mike Biz or King Mike, what is it? Under Mike King, you will find the link to the tickets from the Raw website. They're $22.50 each. And
Hello, I'm Jimmy with Stumps Pig and Pint, located in Stork Jackson Ward. We specialize in slow cooked meats, handmade sides, and awesome homemade desserts. Cooking from the heart to feed your soul.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into
everyday miracles, like riding my bike, breaking boards, hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Everyone has a fight. What's yours? Come visit UFC Gym Richmond, where we empower the fighting spirit in you.
Come to 5-Star CDL training, where you're a priority, not a number. We have small classes, so you'll get lots of hands-on training and time behind the wheel. We have over 30 employers with salaries starting at $50,000 your first year. We have a no-rush policy, weekday and weekend classes. Everyone's approved, so call today.
Food is supposed to bring people together. It's supposed to create a close connection, divide the barrier, bring families together. Here with Heart and Soul, we can bridge that gap. We can come in, we can cook dinner, set the table up, and leave more time for you to sit down with the ones that you love. Enjoy an intimate dinner for two, even a cooking lesson or an event, private party. This is Heart and Soul. Food is our heart, our passion, our soul. This is Chef Dante Cooper. Live, love, laugh, be merry.
Welcome to Miss Girlie's. Besides being a top-rated brunch location in RVA, Miss Girlie's is also an award-winning caterer. Let us help transform your next event that will create lifetime memories. We have the passion, experience, and creative flair to make your event all that you desire it to be. Let us help you make the moment memorable. Miss Girlie's.
There is something to be said about the man that chooses the road less traveled. Those roads represent the map of my life and are the fabric of MTK Premier Auto Boutique. With passion comes a mindset. Defy odds, break down barriers, run through obstacles. Automobiles are my passion, and servicing you is my mission. Economy, sport, luxury, exotic or classic, regardless of your choice. When it comes to purchasing an automobile, all roads lead to MTK. Quality, convenience, excellence. I am Mike Wiggins, and I am your personal auto consultant.
And Jimmy here is so kind that he bought 2 tickets and he's going to give them away. In order to enter for the tickets and dinner for 2, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram. I am Christine the Happy Unicorn. And what is your Instagram?
Stumps Pig and Pint. Stumps Pig and Pint.
And so just tag us both in like a story or post and we'll find it and we'll just whoever.
And we will both pick a winner. And stand by. We were talking to Christine about having an art show here, a brunch art show with some jazz and some cool soul funk. So everybody pay attention to our Facebook and Instagram so you can see us work together. Thank you so very much, everybody.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Damon Reynolds, and I'm here to wrap up Chopping It Up at Stumps with a positive word for the week. Now, this week's word, I want to come and let it hit deep into your souls. I want you to hear this completely. Listen to this. I want you to think about the word inclusive and not exclusive. Now, one of the biggest things in this world that I think we need in the current climate is for us to be inclusive as a people. With everything going on in our political climate, with everything that we see with racism, with economic disparities, all of those different things, I think it's important that we note one thing, and I want to bring you a biblical scripture to kind of back me up on this. So in Matthew chapter 15, verses 21 through 28, there's a story with the Canaanite woman who Jesus encounters on his way to a different country. Now, this woman is Canaanite, right? And she's going into Israelite territory. In this territory, she's considered to be a cast out. She's an outsider. She's somebody who should not be included. Now, in the context of this specific scripture, we see Jesus, if I will, he kind of disrupts this woman, and he tells her, look, hey, I know you're coming in, you need your daughter healed, but I can't do it because I was sent to the children of Israel. Jesus actually later on in the scripture flips. The woman says, hey, look, have mercy on me, Lord, I need to be healed. Now think about this, picture this right in the context of that period. Jesus was an Israelite. His disciples are Israelites. The Canaanite woman is not seen as an Israelite, and she's not in that community. Now let me give you this. As Jesus sees this woman, she has faith in him. He heals her daughter. Right? So let me tell you this. This, at this time, at this very moment, becomes inclusive. Jesus now welcomes a Canaanite woman into Israelite territory, which I believe changes the whole landscape of the gospel. Let me compare that to now, right? How do you ask me, oh, how does this apply to now? How does this apply to today? I think a lot of times as people, during a lot of our movements, the things that we go through, we tend to become buried when we start to separate. And I think one of the things that we need to hold on to is that Jesus said that the gospel became not only open to Jews, but also to the Greek and the Gentiles. So I simply want to say this. As we move forward throughout our weeks, as we encounter so much division, as we encounter so many different things that we see on television, let us first remember that we're called to love all people, that no matter what, we all are brothers and sisters in Christ and God, as you might see. Thank you.
If you think that old car in your driveway isn't good for much, Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond would like to turn your thinking around. Please donate your vehicle and help provide a home away from home for families with seriously ill, hospitalized children. We'll pick it up for you, and a hefty tax reduction might be rolling your way. CW Richmond would like to thank CDS Tractor Trailer Training for sponsoring the Ronald McDonald House Car Donation Program, keeping families close.
Disability serves families who have children with special needs. We provide playgroups, workshops, online support groups, the ABC Anti-Bully Club, Christmas Assistance Program, and more.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for making out here to historic Jackson Ward, coming to Stumps, picking a pint, and enjoying our show, Chopping Up with Stump. We had some great guests, and please check us out on CW Richmond.